This game cannot wait. Cannot wait for the new game to come out. I do hope it actually works. But we're going to hopefully load back in. We are in the lobby now, so we can go into spectator mode and back we go, and hopefully we haven't missed too much, but we normally do. Loading complete. We are in. What has gone on in our absence? Not really a huge amount. AJ has managed to get past Ginge for P3. Josh McGill has managed to make the move and make it stick on Chuck, who is still trailing him in the DRS. It's very close. We've got Vilnerix and Golden Wolf trading positions further back, both at the DRS, but Vilnerix with a lot more straight line speed in that Williams, and makes the move. Prodigy all over the back of Pippo, pushing that Alfa Romeo. Both cars have their red lights flashing, not got much battery, but yeah, Prodigy all over the back of that Alfa Romeo. Amazing stuff. Is he going to make a move? Is he going to be able to make a move? But he's looking the quicker car at the moment after that spin under safety car. He's trying to make his way back up through the field once again. He's done well to get up to P8. Prodigy showing good speed, but annoyingly, but for him, Pippo has the DRS from Bugatti just up ahead, so he's going to save him. Neither of them have any battery whatsoever. Chuckle will take the win in the sprint race. AJ Baker in P2, Ginge P3, Josh McGill P4. So a reverse of positions for the championship rivals. And that is not gonna be sitting well with Josh right now. Watching his, he needs to gain 13 points. Well, 12 points now after that pole position on Chuckle. Unfortunately, the pace that Chuckle showed there, he absolutely disappeared out in front. So Josh is going to be very, very hard pushed to try and overturn this one. He's going to be trying to hope for a miracle. But there we have it. No points awarded in the sprint. It does purely set the grid for the main race, which we will go to next. And I can't wait. Biggest winners in that, Chuckle, absolutely. AJ also a big winner too. Biggest losers, really, you're looking Josh McGill, Prof, and I think Cameron as well with DNF. That's and Lee Craig, obviously, don't forget, DNF'd on the 4th lap, causing that safety car. They are really the big losers from that sprint race, but all is not lost, and we are all reset. Again, a new chance, a fresh start in this 50% distance race. This is where the points are awarded. So it's time to reset. Hit that reset button and get a level head once again and back to racing. Try and scrape some points out of it. As we get ready to go on the formation lap, and Chuckle will see us away for this lap. We're going to check in on the tyres as usual, and Josh McGill and Chuck going with the hards, as is Paul Jones and Lee Craig at the back of the field. So they're your hard runners to watch out for. That's an interesting strategy call from Josh McGill. I would have thought probably want to jump to the front. Chuckle would have try and hold Chuckle back a bit with the pace that Chuckle had, because it's not enough that Josh beats Chuckle. He needs Chuckle to really finish down in P5 or below, and if Josh McGill gets fastest lap in the win, then yeah, he needs Chuckle in P5. So an interesting call there from Josh. I can see what he's thinking. I think it was a mistake though. I think he probably, if I was him, I probably would have gone all out on that, and I would have gone for softs to get a good start and try and get ahead of Chuckle nice and early, try and hold him up, and then pit early, and especially with an early safety car like we saw in the sprint as well, and then just bolt on a set of hards to the end, and that could have potentially worked for him quite well. I mean, it is a risky one, but you know, with the pace that Chuckle showed in that sprint, he absolutely disappeared from the rest of the field. So I think Josh McGill can't rely on other people getting in front of him and holding him up. He needs to do it himself to a certain degree. So yeah, I think the hards may be a bit of a mistake, but that's just an insight into my opinion and what I would do in that situation, having been in many championship fights. You see Chuckle do a donut onto the starting grid. That was quite a nice donut indeed, actually. AJ goes for one, but doesn't make it, and then goes back the other way. A few donuts further back. That's an awful attempt from the Ferrari of Paul Jones. So you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Paul. Josh McGill gets himself reset on the grid. Lee Craig does the same as Paul. But yeah, disaster. Lee Craig also gets himself disqualified, so the two Mercedes not having much luck in parking their cars, but we are about to get going once again. Once again, we cannot see any lights. Thank you, Codemasters, you geniuses. But lights out, and away we go for the Brazilian Grand Prix. It's a brilliant start from Chuckle out in front. AJ also gets a good start, but it's not enough to get alongside the McLaren. There's Chuck going sideways further back. Ginger's had a bad start, and Josh McGill's had a great start up to P3. That is exactly what he needed. Chuck got sent sideways. Pippo's also dropped down the order. Aki's now going past Golden Wolf, who's had a slow run out of the sector, and now Vilnerix also up the inside of Golden Wolf. They were fighting last time round, remember, and Vilnerix gets the position. But what a start. That was dramatic. Didn't see what happened. Chuck got sent sideways, somehow holding on to it. Paul's had a great start up to P7. Him and Chuck going side by side, but Paul has the position now into the middle sector, both on hard compound tyres, remember. And Josh McGill couldn't have asked for a much better start, especially on those hard tyres. That is exactly what he needed. And no DNFs completely. Prof once again being knocked further back down the order. Pippo gets past Cameron Poulter. That looks like an AI car, I think. I would say. As Prof has damage. He has substantial wing damage. Once again, Chuckle sits past his lap. Chuck gets past. Can you please have some decent camera angles, Codemasters? As Aki has a look at the inside of Paul as well, but couldn't quite make the move stick. But Chuck does get back past the Ferrari. Oh, Paul's off in the wall. He's still going. Hopefully that didn't give him any rear wing damage. It was a tap on the wheel rather than anything else. I think he's got away with it, because it was quite a substantial whack to the wall as well. Unfortunately, has a... Yeah, that's an AI car. Cameron obviously retiring on track by the looks of it, or disappearing out the lobby. Not good to see. Unfortunately, at least go into the pits before retiring. Ginger all over the back of Josh McGill. Josh McGill doing very well on those hard tyres, staying within DRS range. There is a yellow flag in Sector 2. Who is that for? It is for Royal Rumble, who gets a 3-second time penalty for spinning. And he's round again. And that seems absolutely fair by the game, you know, because obviously you gain time, massive time advantage by spinning off the track. Genius. But yeah, Ginger all over the back of Josh McGill on those quicker tyres. Ginger also setting fastest lap of the race, but Josh McGill able to fend him off for now, and that's a good start. But Ginger really sniffing all over the back of his gearbox. Pippo goes fastest now, and DRS is enabled. But all three of these have DRS, Ginge not quite got the straight line speed to make a move, but he is nonetheless incredibly close. Once again, and Bugatti and Prodigy also going close up a 7 further back. Lee Craig makes a move on Golden Wolf also, and starts his recovery up the grid. Yeah, Josh McGill doing very, very well on those hard compound tyres. Some great pace to stay within DRS range of AJ. Looks like it's only a matter of time. Whoa, there's contact there. Ginge runs into the back of Josh McGill. Hopefully that doesn't compromise either of them too much. Looks like just a little bit of an error judgment from the Ferrari. Easily done when the guy in front's on slower tyres. Aki gets past Chuck. Also on the medium tyres, getting past Chuck on the hards. So hard tyres working well, but not quite firing up as these guys would ideally like. But that is to be expected as Prodigy now gets past Bugatti. What a great camera angle yet again. Honestly, it's worse than the actual Sky Sports coverage of this. But Prodigy back up to P5, and away we go. And look at that, Josh McGill and Ginge. Ginge has managed to make a move up the inside of Josh. Those medium tyres he's making use of while he can. Not got much battery either of them. And Ginge has that position. But doesn't matter too much for Josh McGill at this moment in time as he's on the hards. The advantage of the tyres will come back to him, and if he's able to stick with these guys with the help of DRS, it would be absolutely perfect for him. He really wants Ginge to get into the DRS range of AJ and go along with these guys. He doesn't want Ginge necessarily to drop out of DRS, because if these two battle, it will drop them away from the top two, and that is not what either of them want. And yeah, you can see, yeah, he's now saving battery. He's not using it. He's being very intelligent, and that is exactly what he needs to do. Let Ginge waste his battery, catch up to the back of AJ. He's dropped off a little bit. Ginge will have the pace on those mediums, hopefully, to get back in the DRS range. Pippo and Golden Wolf further back trading positions. Pippo making a move for P11, and that was nicely done with the help of DRS. And up he goes. And Ginge dropping off the back of AJ. AJ having a very, very good race. Indeed, holding on to the back of Chuckle. Driving very nicely indeed. And Josh McGill now still sat behind Ginge. Ginge falling off the back of the top two. Whom is that round in the middle sector? I think that's Golden Wolf. It is Golden Wolf. He's got to go in once again. No major disasters. Prodigy and Bugatti. Oh, Prodigy with a big wiggle on there. He's just got out of DRS range of Bugatti, but he lost the back end, and that's cost him dearly. And Ginge once again also now not in the DRS range, and so that's going to leave him vulnerable to Josh McGill, who really wanted to stay in the DRS train to help tow him along, because he doesn't want to lose touch with the top two. Down we go once again. Not using. Why look backwards, Codemasters? Why? I want to look forward. You've got a car following another car, and the camera angle, and it instantly switches to one going back. What a terrible idea! He's still all over the back of Ginge. Setting very, very good lap times indeed. It has to be said, and this is the most really Josh can do. Chuckle quite comfortably holding fire in this race, and same with AJ sitting behind him having a very, very good race. And Golden Wolf gets himself a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting after spinning, and once again you have to congratulate this game for being no, I can't say that word, that's very offensive, for being very special. And that's a great 360 from the Alpine. Why give him a penalty for spinning? Unreal, absolutely unreal. As his teammate now gets past him, and I'm sure that will be removed by the stewards afterwards, because that is a disgusting penalty from the game. It really is. And we're going to watch Josh McGill, because he is still very, very close to the back of Ginge. Deciding not to make a move just yet, though. He's going to hold behind. At the top two, stretching their advantage quite a bit. Ginge really struggling for pace at this moment in time. Ginge being the cork in the bottle that Josh McGill really doesn't want. Golden Wolf has retired from the session. He's pulled in the pit lane and DNF'd, and I think that's a real shame actually, because the stewards would have removed that penalty for him. No doubt that game is a joke with that penalty. But yeah, we have lost our first retirement. Well, I say that Cameron Poulter obviously quit before the race even began, and so his AI is travelling around, but it does look like his AI. But Josh McGill is going to be very close, and he's going to have a run on the Ferrari here. So Ferrari going to defend. Doesn't look like it. Josh McGill at the inside. No, he does not have the braking performance to make that move. I thought he was going to go for a lunge then. He's going to hang behind just for now. But this is not ideal for the Mercedes. He's obviously got very, very good pace. It's a bit of a train, really. Ginge holding up a train all the way down to Chuck in 8th position. And Chuck's also in a good position because he's on the hard compounder tyres too. So he will get much, much quicker, fresher tyres later on in the race. And obviously, with every passing lap, the mediums will get a bit slower and the hards will get a bit quicker. A pace deficit will definitely start getting closer together, and the hards will start overtaking the mediums. There's yeah, Chuckle and AJ unlapping themselves. Josh McGill now very close, and he's going to go to the outside. Gingy, oh, there's bang to bang wheel contact. What was that as a commentary? But bit of wheel contact there between Josh and Ginge, and Josh McGill now. Oh, he's had a big snap of oversteer. He's right in the dirty air, that Ferrari, and without a shadow of a doubt would have had an easy pass up to the next turn, but he had a massive snap of oversteer and has done extremely well to hold on to the car and not put it in the barriers actually. But there was yeah, a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact going into turn 1 between the Mercedes and the Ferrari then. Not sure who initiated that or who it was that was driving too aggressively, or a bit of both, but yeah, a bit of unnecessary contact. And Josh McGill very fortunate only to lose 1 position after that big snap. I'm sure he's going to be frustrated, but he's going to be counting his lucky stars because that could have been much, much worse, and I think he did incredibly well to save it. And AJ very, very close to the leader, Chuckle, and he's going to make a pass. Chuckle's not going to defend it too hard, and AJ, having a fantastic race, takes the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Can he go on to win the finale? It's early days yet, but he's driving very, very well here. Chuckle with the DRS back at him, but doesn't have enough to get back past. And, what a thrilling race this is turning out to be. Prodigy now all over the back of Ginge. Ginge really holding up this train of cars. Chuck has just about dropped off the bat. He is there or thereabouts. He's just dropped out of DRS range, or is he? He's just back in it again. He is doing very well on those hards. It will say if he can hang on in the DRS range, it will come back to him later on, and he'll be laughing. Josh McGill close to the back of Prodigy, but Prodigy will have DRS, don't forget. So it's going to be very difficult for the Mercedes to get past the Haas unless he's got a lot less downforce. We'll have to have a look going along here, but it looks like Prodigy has very low wings himself, and he's going to be very close to the back of Ginge. Is he going to make a move? No, he's going to back out of it. But he's getting very, very close to the back of the Ferrari. Through the centre S as we go. It is very much a DRS train. Look at the back of Prodigy once again. Great camera angle, because that is what we want to look at. He's closer to the car in front, so why can't we see that? Crazy stuff from the game. Need better camera angles for the spectator view, I've got to be honest. But anyway, moving on. As Prof now goes into the pits. And does retire from the session. He's had a dismal evening. It has not gone well for the Red Bull. As it is very much a DRS train still. Chuckle now sitting behind AJ for the lead. And they're both sort of DRSing each other to a certain degree. But it's this main battle from 3rd down to 8th. Oh, is that Josh McGill going for a move? Josh McGill going to the inside. There's contact between him and Prodigy. And Josh McGill drops another position once again. Wow. Josh McGill really given it his all, but just not having any of the luck here this evening. He will get back past Bugatti right away, but he has dropped out of the DRS range. Did Prodigy leave him enough room on the inside there? It was difficult to tell, but it did look like he got a bit of a squeeze. My initial reaction to that, I did think Prodigy perhaps could have left him a bit more room than that, but I'll have to watch that one back to give my true opinion, and if Josh McGill decides to report to the stewards, I'm sure the stewards will decide on that, but yeah, it did look like a bit of a squeeze initially. Josh McGill really not having the best of luck. He is now out of the DRS range, but he's going to be pushing hard to catch back up. He's just outside that second mark, but he's got good pace, and those hards really coming alive. All right now, he's sent back to the position. Chuckle has managed to get past AJ, which we missed as well. Aki gets past Bugatti, which I missed as well. So it's a good move from Aki as he goes now, sets off after Josh McGill. But yeah, Chuckle back ahead and into the lead of this Grand Prix. And Josh McGill struggling to keep up as Bugatti loses another position to Chuck. And Chuck on those hard compound tyres really coming into his own right now. And I think he will definitely be one to watch for the second half of this Grand Prix. Those hard tyres will just get quicker and quicker. But let's keep an eye. The fight that we're really interested in. Is Josh McGill going to be able to get DRS on Prodigy? Look how close he is. Look how close he is. He's just using that battery. Can he get in the DRS? I don't think he can. That is so tantalisingly close, but I don't think he's got it. But Prodigy is going to make a move on Ginge here into turn 1. Up the inside he goes. Ginge doesn't fight it too hard. Whoa, there's a big slide and Prodigy is rounding in the wall. I think he's still going. He is still going, but that is disaster for the Haas. Has he got any wing damage? We'll have to see. Yes, he has. He has lost a complete end plate, so quite substantial damage. Good evening, Chicken and Blunts, commenting. Just got a notification. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the race this evening. It's quite an enthralling one. It's a bit of a race of the top two, really. We haven't really been watching them all that much, but AJ and Chuckle really keeping each other honest. Josh McGill's got back within DRS range of Ginge, or has he? He's just dropped out of it there. If he's got a good exit, yeah, he looks like he's got a good exit, so he will have DRS. So Josh McGill really turning up the wick here. And Aki also doing incredibly well to catch back up to Josh McGill. Oh, I've cursed him, absolutely cursed him, and I'm sorry, Aki. Done very, very well to get in DRS range of Josh McGill, and then just loses the back end through the first NRS, which is so easy to do, and that's going to allow Chuck to get past and up into P5. Gutting for Aki. He was driving incredibly well. Great pace to get that close to the leaders. There's Josh McGill now all over the back of Ginge. He needs to save a bit of battery. He's had to use so much battery in this bit, and Prodigy goes into the pits, obviously for his new wing. And I mean, with a 4-second gap ahead to the leaders is not out of the question. When he bolts on a set of mediums, it's not out of the question that Josh McGill could go on and win this race. It will be an interesting one. He would certainly have the pace to chase down the leaders, I would have thought. But he needs Chuckle to finish a bit lower down. But here we go. It's going to be a move into turn one. Ginge goes defensive. Josh McGill goes up the inside. Ginge gives him a big old squeeze. There's contact once again. Another bit of contact going through the centre S's. Josh McGill is now all over the gearbox of Ginge. He will now have another helping of DRS and another go down into the end of the first sector. He sends in the dummy up the inside. The Mercedes goes, but the Ferrari's having none of it once again. And Josh McGill gets a bit of a swap on, and that is very, very aggressive racing from the two of these guys. And Josh McGill thwarted once again. Having a very, very frustrating evening is the Mercedes. Now we're going to go back with the leaders because AJ is very, very close this lap to Chuckle. Royal Rumble now retires in the pits, gives up. And it's not over yet. It's a long old race, and a safety car could easily bring somebody back into the fray. Bring it back. And Josh McGill just saving a bit of battery, I think, this time round. He's going to play the patient game. It's a good idea, really. Yeah, need to save a bit of battery, really, before you can mount a decent attack. Oh, Villarix is in the pits. So that's the first of our medium runners to make a proper pit stop. Onto the hards he goes. And away he goes. And who was that? Oh, that's Royal Rumble's AI driving out of the pits because it does that stupid thing, doesn't it? There we go. Still all over the back of this Ferrari. Cannot find a way past. And he really, at this point now, he really needs to start making some inroads on the top two. Don't forget Chuck right behind. He's had a great race on those hards so far in P5. Certainly a fourth place is on the cards for Chuck. Could be in for a good result potentially. Depends what his pace is like on the mediums at the end of the race. But I'm going to stick with Josh McGill because he's going to get a nice run here on the Ferrari. He's going to go to the outside. The Ferrari is not going to leave him enough room, and he's going to force him onto the grass. And it has to be said that was a little bit questionable, that defence. There's Bugatti and Aki now in the pits. Going to stick on a set of fresh hard tyres, and away they go. And they're going to go for the undercut. And out the pits, the Red Bull comes, followed by the Aston Martin. And this is such a difficult pit lane, especially with cold hard tyres. It's really, really easy to lose it. And you do come out ahead of Pippo and Villarix further back, so that is ideal for them. But yeah, Josh McGill now all over the back of Chuckle after losing that position. Oh, AJ! AJ Baker is round! Oh no, AJ! He's dropped it on those old medium tyres. Our race leader and championship leader Chuckle comes into the pits. AJ... Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That's a potential win gone begging there. On P2, he's driving so well. And I'm devastated for the lad. Absolutely devastated for him. But we're going to go back with Chuckle, see where he comes out on the pits. Aki looks like he's had a bit of an issue as well, because Aki's dropped a lot of positions. He was ahead of Bugatti, but now he's gone back, so we missed what happened there as well. Chuckle now out of the pits and in a bit of clean air. He's weaving to try and get some heat into the tyres. We're going to go back with now the top three, who really now racing for second, third and fourth. Prodigy fastest lap on those new hards. He's got much of speed, and that is exactly what he wants. Oh, there's a big snap of oversteer there for Josh McGill, who is perhaps driving frustrated at this point, and I can't say I blame him. this race really has been a challenging one for him. Absolutely been a challenging one. And I think now, as Chuck goes in the pits, McLaren teammate, I think Josh McGill really needs to just bide his time now and put pedal to the metal when he gets the chance. So you see Chuck get overtaken by his teammate. There's Chuck now up to speed a little bit with those tyres. And he'll be slowly reining in the lead to Lee Craig and Paul, who are yet to pit. Josh McGill back in DRS Ranger Ginge. I'm sure we'll see these guys battle once again. I want to have a look back here because Chuck has come out just ahead of AJ, but he will have very cold medium tyres. Although the medium tyres don't take much to fire up. He's an early, maybe not actually. Mediums can last 20 laps because a few of them are still going, like Ginger's still going on those mediums. So actually, he can certainly go to the end here on those mediums. He'll be one to watch. He's only 7.7 seconds away from his teammate Chuckle, who was, remember, the race leader. We're going to go with Josh McGill, who I think probably should have pitted that lap because he'll make the mediums last and he could have undercut Ginge. As soon as you saw Ginge not going in the pits, I would have pitted if I were Josh McGill. I think that probably would have made more sense because he would get a mighty undercut on the Ferrari and he wouldn't have to make the move on track. But now he's condemned to being stuck another lap behind the Ferrari. I can only surmise that he's holding out for a safety car, which makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. But I think the field spread is quite a lot. I don't think we're likely to get a safety car, to be honest with you. As we see, Chuck getting those mediums up to speed and already reining in that time delta. I mean, look at it. It's dropping like a stone to his brother. 7.2 seconds now. He's gained half a second on him in the middle sector. And that is the pace of the mediums as Josh McGill decides to go for it. He's pulling the trigger, and that is a good decision, I think, from the Mercedes. Excuse me. Well, I'm losing my voice. And onto the mediums he goes. Where is he going to come out? He needs to come out ahead of Chuck, really, to make this work. And I have a feeling, I think Chuck's going to jump him here. And that's why I said he needed to come in a lap early. He didn't want to be undercut. Where is Chuck? Chuck is coming through the centre S's. And I think Chuck's going to have the position. AJ might even be close to him at this rate. Yeah, Josh McGill is out. But he's behind Chuck. Chuck has undercut him. So that is disaster for Josh McGill. And that's why I said I think he needed to pit a lap earlier. As Lee Craig letting the McLaren of Chuck will go past. And Chuck will making a move. Not sure which. It was an unusual place to do it. I can only imagine Lee Craig letting past. I mean, he's on very old hard tyres compared to Chuckle's brand new hard tyres. So no point at all Lee Craig fighting that one. I mean, look at it. He's pulled a second gap in the middle sector. And who's that round? That's Pippo. I thought it was AJ for a minute. I had a panic moment. It was AJ for the second time, but it's not. It is Pippo, who is round and dropping like a stone. Unfortunately. But yeah, Chuck, 1.3 seconds ahead of Josh McGill. And he is going to be the perfect rear gunner for Chuckle now. Absolutely perfect. He is gaining time of hand over fist to his McLaren teammate thanks to those medium tyres. But they will drop off surely by the end. But yeah, Josh McGill really going to have his work cut out now. He is getting back in DRS range. There's not much battery on that McLaren. But I cannot imagine for a moment that Chuck is going to make this move easy. I think he's going to fight it every inch of tyre grip that he has. He is going to make that McLaren as wide as Nicki Minaj's arse. Sorry, can I not say that live on stream? Damn. Oh well. Moving on. Here we go. Josh McGill in the DRS, in the slipstream. Why look back, Codemasters, you imbeciles. He's going to go to the inside. The McLaren gives him a squeeze. He sets past his lap, but he's got the move made with DRS. So much more battery power. And there's really little that the McLaren could actually do. Can the McLaren come back at him? It's an extra point as well for fastest lap, don't forget. And yeah, Josh McGill going defensive, but no need for it. That McLaren just does not have enough battery to really put up a fight. He tried, he gave him a big squeeze, but he just could not do it. And that is Lee Craig around. Oh, he's put on new mediums and he's lost his wing right away. Devastating for Lee Craig. And he was driving really well. Let's see, many AI cars, that is. Pippo. The AI? No, I don't think he is. I think he's just a lap down. Maybe he is AI, actually. I don't know, Will. But who knows? But anyway. Let's see. Chuckle now catching up to the back of Paul. Just got DRS as well, by the looks of it. And I can't imagine Paul will fight this too much either. Late safety car would really help Ginge and Paul right now. Probably help Josh McGill and Chuck as well, so it wouldn't be ideal for them. Chuck staying with the back of Josh McGill, and Josh McGill only 4.5 seconds away from his championship rival now, and catching, ever catching, so this could build into a crescendo. And this is what I say, don't discount. Don't discount Josh McGill for the win here, as Lee Craig does retire in the pit lane. He gives up the ghost, unfortunately. Could have crashed on track and given his teammate a massive advantage by giving him a safety car. But yeah. Done a Nelson Piquet Jr. But yeah, onwards we go. Josh McGill, yeah, really reining that time in. Pippo now sets fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he is on soft tyres. Wow. Will they last the end? Not really sure. But Chuckle makes a move past Paul, and Paul doesn't fight that at all. It's not his race. If anything, it will help Paul's race by getting a bit of DRS to tow him along down this straight. So it is in Paul's interest, really. As AJ and Ginge swap positions, because Ginge is in the pits and he's gone very, very long, and he's going to make a medium to soft stint. And that's an interesting strategy, definitely. I think he's dropped too much time, really, to the guys to make it work. Got to be honest, I don't think the softs are great around here, but interesting strategy, cool. We'll see whether it works for him. Josh McGill only 3 seconds now off Paul, and catching very, very quickly, and Paul in the DRS of Chuckle. So that gap would have gone out a little bit thanks to the DRS pass. Paul just struggling to get in the DRS range. Chuckle, but he's got a good exit, and I think he's about to get it. Yes, he is about to get it, which will should help tow him along for another lap, which will be ideal for him. Give him a bit of an extra advantage. See where he comes out. It should come out probably about P8, I would have thought. Maybe P9. Might drop behind. Yeah, probably between P9 and P10, I would say. As things stand, yeah, Josh McGill really bringing that time tumbling down now. He's definitely looking very strong, but Chuckle does have a bit of battery saved up. Absolutely enthralling this race. And I think even if Josh McGill does pass Chuckle for the lead, he needs Chuckle to drop down quite a few positions. Chuckle doesn't need to fight it too hard. He's got more to lose. He can let Josh McGill go and take the race win, but can still come home P2 and comfortably get the championship. Knowing Chuckle, he will want to win in style, and I can't say I blame him. As Josh McGill gets very, very close to that DRS now of Paul. If you're still getting Paul DRS range off Chuckle, I think maybe Chuckle's backed off to give him a bit of DRS and tow him along for a couple of laps, which is very good of him. And I'm sure Paul's very grateful for that. Paul showing some great pace, given it. I think that's Prodigy. who is going to be a lawnmower. Thinks he's driving a Honda power car. Yeah, now it is DRS trying for the top 4. Don't forget Chuck is there. He hasn't got much battery, but he is there. And he could throw a spanner in the works as well. Ginge gets a move made on AJ. Those soft tyres going to be so much quicker than the hards, and into P5 he goes. It's now 9.5 seconds off of the top 4 though, so I think a podium perhaps a little bit much of a stretch at this point in time. Josh McGill very, very close to the back of Paul, nearly running into the back of him, as Paul has lost DRS as well, so I think this is going to be a pretty easy move from the Mercedes. It's got so much more grip, and Paul pulls into the pits anyway, and we'll have to see where he comes out. But Josh McGill, 1.2 seconds now away from Chuckle. Definitely looking very, very strong for a potential victory here this evening, which is, given his race, will be an incredible feat on its own. Chuckle only needs to finish P2. And what did I say? Paul just behind P9 or around P9. I think my prediction was pretty good. He's going to be just behind Bugatti. And there Bugatti goes. Paul on brand new softs though, and no doubt we'll be making a few moves, and perhaps a P6 definitely on the cards. I think P5 is a bit of a stretch, right? But flat 29 of 36, and things are starting to get very, very interesting indeed. Josh McGill in the DRS now of Chuckle, and Chuck right behind these guys, and it is all to play for. Josh McGill on the quicker tyres, Chuck on the quicker tyres. Chuckle has the battery though. Josh McGill has less battery, Chuck has basically no battery. So there's 2 McLarens against 1 Mercedes in this fight for the race win, and also the fight for the championship. And what an irony, what a poetic justice we are having now, that for the race win in the last 6 laps of this Grand Prix, 7 laps including this one, we're going to have the 2 championship protagonists fighting it out for victory. And of course, bragging rights. Who is going to come out on top? This could get very spicy indeed. If you're watching this stream, don't leave. Stay tuned, because this is about to get incredibly interesting. I can feel the tension building. I can feel the excitement building. And I can feel that DRS flap opening and giving Josh McGill an extra boost of top speed as he just takes a look to the inside. Let's Chuckle know he's there. Takes a wider line to try and get a good exit through the center S's, but Chuckle getting a very good run indeed, and that looks like it was Paul who's had a spin, and that is devastating for the Ferrari. We're going to go back to lead because Josh McGill close, but not close enough this time around. But yeah, Paul having a spin, and that is gutting for him. He's not dropped any positions, but it's really cost him the chance of getting any further positions, and definitely a P6 was on the cards for him. Aki having a good race in P6 as well, stuck behind Vilnerix, who's had a great race as well. Massive mix of tyres in this race. And if you are in the chat, please pop in your vote for driver there. Who do you think deserves it? As Chuck gets himself a 3-second time penalty, and that really throws him out of contention for the win, but he is there. He's holding on, and hopefully he can be a spanner in the works. I'm sure Chuckle will hope, but he's not close enough. Josh McGill is close enough, though. They're going to be duking out for the lead. Chuckle pushes him into the inside very aggressively, but leaves him space. Josh McGill up the inside, and he's got that position. There's still contact. Chuckle is not giving this one up. He gets a big step of oversteer. Has just Chuck in the background, and he's in the wall. I think he's okay, though. Will it bring a safety car? Will it cause issues? I think not. I think we're all good. And Chuckle has lost his wingman and lost the lead of this Grand Prix. But he just has to hold on. At least he still has his wing. At least he still has all four wheels, because that would have been disaster if it had been him in the wall and losing a wheel. Josh McGill would have cruised away, and Josh McGill is giving the position back. Now that is interesting. Now what did I miss there? Something must have happened there for Josh McGill to give the position back. Whether he felt he made that move unfairly, the camera angles that we saw, I couldn't see. But we're going to go again, and Chuckle, oh, are they playing DRS chicken? Chuckle now drops behind Josh McGill. What is going on here? He's not going to be close enough. I can't see the logic in that move, in that position. He should have done it just before. But back into the lead Josh McGill goes. This is the strangest lead for the battle I've ever seen. What a weird ending to this championship this is. I have no clue what is going on. As Vilnerix now gets overtaken by Aki. Aki makes a lovely move into the turn one. And now Bugatti's all over the back of him. But Vilnerix will have the DRS back at the Red Bull. The Red Bull is going to go defensive. Whoa, there's a lot of big weaving from that Williams. That is a very violent weave. He's going to go around the outside. There's not enough room for two cars there. And Vilnerix is shown the grass, shown the outside of the track. And Aki makes that move into P6, and a great move by him. And Chuck, I just panicked there because I saw McLaren around. Chuck obviously overcooked his tyres in that turn one incident, and he is round and dropping down the order, and that's going to allow Ginger up onto the podium, way off the lead of this Grand Prix. And I think that staying out was a big mistake. If a safety car had come out, absolutely, but yeah. Wasn't very likely to happen with the field spread as it was. Bugatti is going to be very close to the back of Aki. Now Aki no longer has DRS off Vilnerix. But Aki looks like he has quite a bit of straight line speed in that Red Bull. And I tell you what, with Chuck having a penalty as well, Aki could be on for a P5 here. Chuck will do very well to stay to the back of Josh McGill. Obviously those hards starting to tune in a lot more now as the mediums die off a little bit as well. Like, whoa, there's a big mistake there for Chuckle. How he has held on to that, not only held on to it, he stayed within DRS range. Amazing save from the McLaren. But potentially signs of the pressure getting to him. He does not want to bottle this. A P2 is enough as things stand. Chuckle is winning the championship. Josh McGill has done everything he could possibly do this evening, but it just hasn't been enough. It's just too much of a lead that Chuckle has had to overcome. He really needed Chuckle to have a mare of a race, and Chuckle hasn't done that. He's had a very strong race indeed. DRS still on that McLaren. You're on the penultimate lap as well. Ginge really not making any inroads on these guys. Those softs just aren't lasting, aren't quick enough for long enough, really. Aki holding off Bugatti very well. 2 seconds behind the McLaren of Chuck. Can he get a 5th place out of this? It'll be a great result for him. Vilnerix not far behind, but he does have the penalty called. And well, Prodigy's going in the pits, presumably for another set of softs. That's a bit strange. But on he goes. Going to watch the leaders now. I don't think Chuckle's going to be quick enough to really make a move, but on to the final lap of the season we go. Josh McGill leads his championship protagonist Chuckle over the line. And Chuckle, I think, is going to secure this one. He just needs a clean lap. He needs to get nothing wrong. Just keep it on the circuit. And through into the middle sector they go. Chuckle holding on to the back of this Mercedes. Like I said, a poetic justice. These two are going to finish on track together, 1 and 2. They have been head and shoulders above everyone else. AJ, I feel gutted for. He's driving so well early doors, driving so well to that spin. And down into the final corner we go. 1 corner to go. On the power, both of them go. They've made it through safely. And we're going to watch as they cross the line. Josh McGill has thrown everything at it today, but he is not going to do it. He is going to take the checkered flag to get victory, but it is going to be Chuckle who takes the championship with a P2 finish. Amazing stuff from the McLaren. Is McLaren in the constructors, is McLaren in the drivers, and things you love to see as a British driver. He is going to be over the moon with that. Ginge will come home P3, and AJ a fantastic P4. Aki will get P5 in the end, as Bugatti gets P6. Villeneuve P7. Chuck obviously having a bit of an error on the last lap, P8. Paul will run out of fuel or drive very slowly over the line. What is he doing? I don't know. I'm presuming he's run out of fuel, perhaps. And over the line he spins, and that is your RTG Mondays season over. What a season it's been. Where do I start? Where do I start? Amazing. Amazing stuff from Chuckle. So good to see. I'm gonna message Chuckle as we see Josh McGill celebrating the podium. Apologies for blue screening you all. I'm gonna see if I don't think I do. I'm going to what an attempt on Josh McGill, but he gave it everything but couldn't quite do it. But yeah, what a race. We're going to stop blue screen and you'll go back to the game. There's your confirmation of your results. Josh McGill, fantastic race from him in P1. Chuckle, your season champion for RTG Mondays. Great racing from him. And Ginge will take P3. A good solid result for him in the end. Ran long, really didn't work well on the mediums, on the soft side. Ran long on the mediums, went to the softs. Didn't really work out for him in the end. But yeah, what a race! What a race! We will leave the session. Do stay tuned if you're tuning in, because hopefully, I do believe your season champion is likely to be joining us any second. We're going to ask him how he feels. If you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. Where's showroom, virtual showroom? Let's get that up. We can see the F1 cars, and we can have a look at the amazing McLaren. That there we go, your season winning car, the McLaren. Amazing stuff. As yeah, what a race. Apparently there's no party. This is a very strange one. I don't know what's going on here. We'll try and get a few technical issues here. Always the way, gotta love it. Send. Says you've joined. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. We will create another pass. Let's try again. And we'll send him that invite and see if he's able to join. But yeah, what's the season? What's been the highlight of your season so far? Absolutely incredible season it was. And yeah, there we go. Your championship winning car. What a car it is. Looks amazing, and looks like we have him joining us now.
Hello.
Hello. Before we go anywhere, just make sure you've got your settings so that everyone can hear you.
Oh yeah, I'll do that now.
Yeah. And then we can get going. But what a race. I was just telling the viewers what a race this was in Brazil. Josh McGill absolutely threw everything at it this evening. He gave it everything, and I can only imagine his frustration. Setback after setback, and he did what he needed to do. He got ahead of you. He just needed you to have a few mistakes, but you were not faltering in the end. A flawless race from you in the end. How do you feel?
Ecstatic after that race. To be fair, it was a hard race. That
Yeah,
Josh was super quick on the mediums at end.
yeah, absolutely. It was a big pace offset, wasn't there? He did
Yeah.
he did very well early on, but he got stuck behind Ginge, and you and AJ were having a good old battle for a few laps as well.
Yeah, he was keeping me honest, AJ, at first. And I was gutted when he spun, to be fair.
Yes, I think I nearly cried on stream for him. But yeah, you did enough. You didn't have to get the win. I'm sure you're going to be gutted that
Yeah,
you would have liked the win.
Yeah, I was trying to keep in his DRS and save a bit of battery, and I was tempted to go for it, but bigger prizes at the end of it for me, so
Yeah, absolutely. It got a bit feisty, and we saw him make the move past you, and you gave the position back half a lap later. What was all that about?
He sent one in turn one, and I think he clipped curb and he run wide into me, and he pushed me off into turn two, and then he got halfway around the lap and he let me back by.
That's great sportsmanship from the two of you.
Yeah, good from him.
Yeah, we didn't have great camera angles, so we didn't see exactly. It didn't look like a send or anything on stream, but there's such awful camera angles. It was worse than Sky Sports real life coverage. So yeah, it didn't look too bad, but we thought there was obviously something going on.
Yeah, I think he just clipped curb and he just understeered into me and just pushed me off in turn two.
Absolutely, easily done, and great to see, despite being championship rivals and having such fierce racing that there's the respect.
To even to do that, yeah, fair play to the guy.
Yeah, I think full credit to him this evening. He gave it everything. He had setback after setback. I think Ginge pushed him off onto the grass with a bit of what may be in the steward's room for a defence. It has to be said.
Yeah, he had a little upset in turn one at sprint as well, didn't he?
He certainly did. Yeah, there was a bit of contact.
I managed to squeeze round back end of Josh McGill on that.
Yeah, pretty much everything went wrong for him, but he fought through. Still won the race somehow, but wasn't enough to beat you. You've had a strong season on the whole, and nobody's been able to touch you in the end. So congratulations.
I appreciate it, man. Cheers.
No worries, and thank you to everyone tuning in. And we will disappear and say goodbye. But until next season, thank you very much for joining us and bearing with. It has been a fantastic season. So until then, good night.